As you heard in the last video, Emily Anderson, a woman who was somewhat involved in IBLP, the same organization as the Duggar family, claims she was sexually molested by her father, even though she has been told by numerous people that what she described happened between her and her father was not sexual abuse. If you didn't see that video, I would suggest that you stop here and go back and watch that first one so you'll have all the context of the information I'm going to share this time. Years before Emily started to claim she was a victim of her father's sexual abuse, which didn't happen until she was an adult, she attended some events hosted by IBLP, or the Institute in Basic Life Principles. As a teen, she was also enrolled in their homeschool program called the Advanced Training Institute, or ATI. Around 2008, Emily and her mother met Mr. Gothard, the leader of IBLP, and he said some kind words to her and told her it would be great if she could someday come join the youth programs that the organization sponsored. In August of 2011, at 18 years old, she was in the hallway at an IBLP conference event at the Indianapolis Training Center and was crying. As he was walking down the hallway, Bill Gothard saw her and asked her what was wrong. She explained that she had a difficult relationship with her father and that her father and mother did not get along, and she had some major health problems that were causing havoc in her life. She never said anything about sexual abuse. Mr. Gothard wanted to help. He called 2 doctors for some advice about her health issues and was told by those doctors that if Emily had Crohn's disease, which is what she was diagnosed with, as doctors believed at the time, stress was a big factor and caused flare-ups and problems that made dealing with it very difficult. Mr. Gothard realized that her situation at home, from the way she described it, was very stressful. Again, she never mentioned anything about sexual abuse to him at all. Mr. Gothard called her father to verify that there were issues at home as she described, and to try to find ways to reconcile their relationships and start to heal their family. He invited her mother and her to visit headquarters in the Chicago area. When they came to visit, he explained that according to the doctors, her health required she get away for a time from the stress at home and advised that they take that advice seriously. He offered to allow Emily to stay at headquarters and be involved in some of the youth programs available so she could get out of the stressful environment while he worked with her mother and father to help reconcile their entire situation. Again, no mention from Emily or her mother of any kind of sexual abuse. Yet Emily lies in this clip in an interview claiming that she told Mr. Gothard about sexual abuse at home. I'm going to show you the clip, but you need to know that earlier in this interview, she had already claimed that she was being sexually abused by her father, so the context of this comment matters.
We would attend conferences every year, and for 6 years, Bill repeated that. Where he would groom me throughout the conferences. Out of a crowd of 1,000 individuals, he would somehow spot me and he would lock eyes with me, and then he would come up and he would instantly compliment my eyes and my smile and would tell me that, God had chosen me to do great work with IBLP and with him. And he would ask me to come up and live at headquarters full time. And over the years, I began to explain the abuse that I was living under and I was experiencing.
Every year, Bill would approach me at the conferences.
So he remembered you. He would see you and remember who you were.
He wouldn't actually.
Oh.
That's what's interesting is he never remembered who, at least he pretended, or, he acted like he didn't know, because I would have to introduce myself and tell him my name and everything.
Again, she had not made any mention of sexual abuse at home to Mr. Gothard at all at any time, nor had her mother. After her mother and she were at headquarters for about 10 days, they decided she should not stay because they were afraid she was not healthy enough to be away from her mom due to her diagnosis. So, though he tried his best to express to her how important he believed it was, from the advice of the doctors, that she get out from under the stress at home for a time, he realized that they were not going to take that advice. So, he still wanted to help and ordered $1,000 worth of medicines to help her with the illness at no charge to her. After this incident, and after they left headquarters, both Emily and her mother sent cards, handwritten letters, and messages to Mr. Gothard expressing their gratitude for his help and guidance, using words like, "with gratitude," "thank you for everything," and "thank you for sharing God's love with us." Next time.
But really, the primary emotion I felt was betrayal. And I would say it might be a similar feeling to a way a woman might feel that's maybe dating a guy and he's like completely showering her with affection and you think he's head over heels for you and he has all these pet names. And then you find out later that he's dating 3 other women. He calls those other women all the same pet names. I mean, that kind of feeling of betrayal. Kind of felt like I had been emotionally cheated on.
Emily became jealous when she went on the internet and found a slanderous website that led her to solidify a victim mentality that changed her life and also led to more slander. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.